Hello, welcome to Dog Hugs, Robbie, Carolyn.
He has a lot to say today since we talked yesterday.
We're going to get him going with his busy toy here.
Right away. Because he is extra charged.
Actually, while I go get it, tell the folks where you are today.
Okay, so Geraldine is on the road a lot, as all of you know. Pre-COVID, now post-COVID, we're starting to actually do a little bit more. I'm starting to get out on the road again, obviously wearing my mask, being very careful. But today I'm in Columbia, Missouri, which is halfway between Kansas City and St. Louis. I'm at an amazing pet store called Lizzie and Rocco's. I'm at one of their locations, and it's a massive store. I can't believe how huge this store is. The owners, Jessica and Kyle. Jessica's here today. I'm actually in Kyle's office. He's loaned his office to me so that I could be a part of Dog Hugs today. So
I love that. You roll right into town and say, let me commandeer your office.
Well, the best part was I said, I'm going to be on with Larry K today. And one of the girls went, oh, Larry K, I love his book. So they got a chance to meet, which was really special.
She's the new president of my fan club.
Of two. you have a fan club of two here in Missouri. Just kidding.
Yeah, but
I'm sure it's thousands.
So
I'm really blessed to be able to be here.
Yeah, I want to give props to you and your husband Scott and everybody at Meowiana. Folks, Geraldine's company, Meowiana. And what's your tagline? Remind me.
Catnip's so good, it should be illegal.
That's right. Meowiana Catnip Company is now anointed by Inc. magazine in the Inc. 5,000 fastest growing companies in America. And they're not number 4,999. Your company is what? It's like really far up the charts.
We were hoping for 420, but we settled for 336.
336, fastest growing company in America?
Yeah.
Wow, way to go.
Thank you. And we have such a great team. I mean, our founder, Chris, is fantastic. Well, he's so cutting edge and he's so courageous. And I'm very proud of him. And I'm really proud of our team. We have an amazing team. We're innovative, we're fun, we're funny, we're pet lovers. We actually are pet lovers owning a pet company, which isn't always the case, which a lot of people may not know. So we are just a really fun group of people trying to shake up the cat space and really interrupt and disrupt what the current market space held. So the cat space was so boring. Now it's a lot of fun.
And it is a lot of fun.
And now you're on the road.
Now I'm on the road. We're in about 4,000 stores, almost 4,500 stores across the United States. And there are more stores that would like to carry our products. So I hit the road every other week to go meet those store owners, meet the customers, talk about our line, present to them, help educate their staff so that we can help more cats and eventually more dogs with our products. It's a lot of fun. We're so blessed, and I'm so lucky to be where I am today. But it's come with a lot of hard work, obviously. I mean, it's been decades of hard work to get to where I am today. It doesn't happen overnight, but it definitely happens. You just have to, I always say, keep digging, keep working, keep swimming, keep going. Just keep doing it.
Hey.
So scratching that cat tree.
Keep scratching that cat tree.
One paw into the other.
But
speaking of being on the road, we have our special guest today is a champion road warrior herself, Meggie CANSLER NESS. If you're a Broadway fan, she's been on The Apple Tree, Finian's Rainbow, and Wicked all on Broadway. And she's toured with Wicked as Galinda and Miss Saigon as Ellen. Her TV credits include The Carrie Diaries. She's also traveled the entire country as the promotional Carole King, promoting Carole King's The Beautiful Tour. She holds a bachelor's from the Cincinnati Conservatory of Music. Say that 10 times. And she's now with this amazing theater in Sonoma, California, a musical theater company that is doing online shows, which means that we can have some great musical theater in our own homes. It's called Transcendence Theater Company. And welcome to Dog Hugs, Meggie Cansleur Ness. Yay!
Yay! And not only is she all those amazing things, she's also a dog lover, and she's my best friend's sister. So, isn't it amazing?
Who you got with you today, Maggie?
Oh, let's see. We've got a little Pollyanna. Say hi,
Hi, Pollyanna.
Pollyanna.
Pollyanna. Shy.
She's so cute. She knows I'm here and she thinks I'm judging her, but tell her I'm not judging her at all.
I'll let her know. Tucky Bubba's sitting over here.
She's heard all about me.
Hi, Bubba. Bubba, can you come up?
She's heard all about me. I promise I'm a trainer.
Yep, and there's Tucky.
Hey.
You little handsome devil. But yes, I have a funny hat to show you guys. Can you read this?
Hold my drink.
drink.
I gotta pet this dog.
So Sonoma, I had to show you.
That's a good
friend
one.
of mine, yeah, she trains rescue dogs, so she got that for my husband and I for Christmas. I thought it was so sweet. I love it.
So perfect. So we have so many questions to ask you, but I know one of the things that's at the top of mind is what is living on the road for your whole life? Because pretty much almost your whole adult life for sure, you've been on the road, and I have been most of that like that, but not to your level. So I'd love to hear a little bit about your insight, especially for people who are about to do the same thing, being discovered and going to be on Broadway.
Yeah, I felt so lucky. I left Kansas City. I went to school in Cincinnati, as he told you, and then
Pretty much almost your whole.
What'd you say?
I think Geraldine froze. Nope, didn't freeze. Come back. So tell us about life on the road.
Well, I mean, hotel living is very hard, and that's where dogs come in. I had my little dog, Gertie. She was a Pomeranian poodle. Full name, Gertrude Penelope Picklebottom, if you want to get specific.
Say that.
She didn't want to take my last name. That's fine. But having her on the road, because when you're living in hotels, you're in a different place every 3 to 5 weeks. Is kind of how the schedules typically are. Or I'm doing a regional show in Sarasota, Florida, and I might be there for 4 months. But having a dog friend there is everything that you need, because you just come home and it's a little piece of home. Like, you need these people. You need these furry things.
So true. It's so, I've never heard that before. I've heard stories of rock stars who will have their crew decorate their hotel room always in the same way. Like I heard one, it may be a myth, but that Steven Tyler from Aerosmith has the crew decorate his hotel room with a parachute. So it always looks like he's coming to the same place. But it never occurred to me a dog would be a better upgrade than even a parachute.
Some people bring their blankets with them. We'll all bring photos to decorate our mirrors that we get ready for the show, just for some semblance of home. But no, it's the furry friend that wants to see you at the end of the day when you're about ready to crash after your show. That's key. I also heard something weird that J-Lo only wanted green Skittles or something like that. She wasn't allowed to have any hair color. I heard that a long time ago. I thought, what's the weirdest request? But.
So you can chroma key them, huh? I mean, yeah. So you toured to Sonoma and then fell in love with Sonoma. What got you off the road?
Well, so I joined a concert here in 2014. It was a 2-week concert. I'd never been to Sonoma, and there was something about the the energy out here. I know that sounds so
Yes.
California to say.
Hey, listen, I'm a California native.
So you
I
get it.
live in the San Francisco Bay Area, been to Sonoma, been to Napa. Yeah. So yeah,
No, it's
I have family up there.
yeah, and there's just something about the mountains and the views, and it's a small community and a very supportive community, which is how our theater company out here thrives, because there isn't any there's not a plethora of theater up here. So it came on the scene, bringing Broadway people out here. The community came in full support, which is amazing. And we were part of saving Jack London State Park that was about to close.
Oh,
So a portion of our tickets over the past 8 years have been given back to the park to help it keep thriving. And in 8 years, the company has raised, I think currently about $520,000 for the park, which is pretty
Amazing.
cool. But yeah, I fell in love with their mission statement about arts and community and it all being a part of service. And in New York, I think so often you go into a theater, it's dark, you don't see faces, you don't connect, you leave the stage door, you don't really know your audience that's out there. Now with Transcendence, before the show starts, we all do this. We pour wine, we chat with audience members. You meet and greet the people that you're about to have this experience with.
before the show.
And then you can see them in the audience, and there's just a different connection that I fell for. And of course, I fell for the wine, clearly. I mean, when people find out that I've ended up in wine country performing with Broadway performers and other Broadway patrons, like, everyone knew that this was probably going to be my path. But it's just, I love the company, and you can't beat the glory of Sonoma. And I met my husband my last night in New York, and I said, I'm gonna move to Sonoma, and he was like, oh,
And?
I live there. And I was like, I'll probably never talk to him again. And well, we're married now, so that's weird.
That's great. Well, your fan club has traveled with you, Meggie. Here we go. Do you know who this person is? Joan Lacombe Cansler?
I know of her.
Everyone, and hello to Polly Ness.
Hi, Mom.
Molly, say hi. Say hi.
That is
Fantastic.
great.
She follows us everywhere we go. I love that she stalks us. She's great.
Yeah, she loves you so much.
I should call the police on her soon because I'm starting to worry. I love her.
Are you
I
so
love
fun?
her.
Now,
You know, I have. Oh, hi, Pollyanna.
one of the hardest songs to sing, as I understand it, is a cappella, The Star-Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
And we have an example of you just crushing it.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Perform our national anthem. Please welcome from the Transcendence Theater Company's Broadway Under the Stars in Sonoma Valley, Meggie Cansley.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wow.
Amazing.
That was
Wow.
in NASCAR on the Raceway.
That's
Whole
that.
experience was there were so many people there. Between that and the Giants, when I sang there, my family actually got to come out and see it. It was my nephew's 10-year-old birthday, and so I was terrified then and at NASCAR that I was going to mess it up somehow. I was like, this is going to be on TV. I do
And
not
my dog hugs.
Aguilera and forget those lyrics, girl. And then my dad's like, you know that they were behind you. You just could have turned around. I was like, well, no one told me. But all was okay.
Oh my gosh, you just nailed it.
No
Yeah.
one wants to be on YouTube
So-
to forget the lyrics, you guys.
Yeah.
This is so true.
Star Spangled Banner, and here we're going to get into some random data about you. I noticed that in your photo, you're wearing a San Francisco Giants ball cap, and I hope someday you get to perform, at the park there. But did you adopted them as your team? Coming from Kansas City, were you a Royals fan, a Cardinals fan? What?
Are you trying to make my dad mad at me? Is this what okay.
Pretty much.
It's fine. So when I sang the anthem at the Giants game, my husband bought me some memorabilia so that I could remember that. And we loved that stadium. We love AT&T Park. And so I thought it was great. And I took a picture. I was like, hey, just completed the anthem. And Dad goes, take that hat off your head.
Boom.
But I am a Royals gal. I
Yes.
am a Giants gal. I mean, I just can't wait for it all to come back. But I only went to one Cardinals game, and that's because I was at the Muni out there in St. Louis. I performed 4 summers there, and so I do have a little special love for the Cardinals. But no, I'm not allowed to be a Yankees fan. Good Lord, my husband and my dad. It's just both of them. And my
Not allowed.
I agree. It's not allowed.
I don't live there.
Robbie's husband is a Red
I was
Sox
waiting.
fan, and Robbie, you are a fan of.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah. So we got all
See, and I've
Yankees.
trained professional.
But I'm sure we got some Yankees lovers out there. Go ahead.
I've trained people from too many teams, so I can't. I've trained from someone from the Toronto Blue Jays. I've trained from the White Sox. I've trained from the Giants, so I can't like choose a team. But my heart will always be with the Royals.
There you go.
But I have a quick
So-
question for you before Larry jumps into his next. Really quickly, I got a chance to tour some of the Broadway theaters a couple of years ago backstage and see how neat they were. Do you have a favorite or something unique about one of the theaters in Broadway that you'd love to share? Because I was shocked at how small the hallways were and how tiny the openings were for you to pop out on stage.
Yeah.
Because people were a little smaller back then. Theater space was obviously. It was highly coveted, and also, they had to make use of every square inch they had.
Yeah.
So, is there a favorite? Anything you'd love to share?
I will say that I never had to work out while I was in the show Finian's Rainbow, because our dressing room for the females was 5 flights up, as was my apartment was 5 flights up. So, I mean, that was the only cardio that I did and needed to do, because, but it's true. You have, the stars dressing rooms are here, and then, here's like the supporting cast. And then they're like, we'll put the girls on one floor. We'll put the guys on one floor. And yeah, going up and down when you're not in every scene too, really, then also what they do is there's something called a gondola. So if there are people that don't want to do the trek up and down 5 times a show, then you can sit and you can read, and everybody has their own seat. They've got their own shoes, everybody, just kind of minds the time, and you do your own thing.
Wow,
But
it's unbelievable.
A lot of use back there. You're right. And sometimes the sets and things are up here, and then they lower them down for, when the scene comes up. So things are like floating up top to go into the next scene. It's methodical. It's insane.
I have an even greater appreciation for New York theater after having those tours behind the scenes, because you really don't know what those actors and actresses go through in order to be a part of that production. So I love that. And thank you for all that you've done. Love that as well. But this is such a neat nuance to hear these stories. Larry, you were about to say?
And speaking of insane mechanical engineering feats, one of your random skills is you have mad skills on the arcade claw machine. If I understand it right, is that the machine you put in the quarter and you make the claw go and pick up the stuffed animal?
First of all,
How?
I have lost so many quarters. How do you do it?
I have to blame my sister Erin because I think that she's the one that started all of this. And now we just enjoy a simple claw machine. I even have a claw machine t-shirt from her for Christmas. But now anytime we go to the grocery store, we have to play the claw machine. Now that was pre-COVID, God bless, because nobody knows where things have been. But no, we've got quite a collection starting here. But there's just something about when you reach down into a machine and you get a prize for it. Like there's just some people like trophies. I'd like a claw machine win.
So you're telling me they're not really rigged?
My life choices, but that's how I roll.
Is there a trick, or you just
There's
get
no
in the
trick.
zone?
It's luck and talent. I got to tell you that. Luck
Is
and
it
talent.
a talent that can be taught to other people or no?
I'm trying to teach my husband.
Okay.
He when Aaron and my sister, my niece and nephew, Lainey and Noah, we were in town and we went to Godfather's, and we spent so much money in that claw machine, and my husband was the only one to not walk away with a souvenir. So my nephew was sweet enough to give him his.
Oh,
Nice.
that's the best. That's the best. Speaking of the best, let's talk a minute about bestnighthever.org. So this is where we can come to the Transcendence Theater Company and watch all y'all perform.
That's right. So the greatest thing that we could do was put a digital season online. So we've had 3 previous concerts. Our next and final one is coming up September 11th through the 13th. There will be 5 total shows. You can get your tickets, free tickets, by the way, but free tickets at bestnighthever.org. One more time, bestnighthever.org. But you can watch there. Donations are welcome, but they're not necessary. We're just trying to bring all of our Broadway performers and give you guys the experience that you would have had you traveled to Sonoma to see us. So there's a pre-show picnic with wine. We'll tell you about the company. We'll thank the donors and the sponsors. There's a wine chat that somebody's involved in.
I love that.
All summer, you guys.
Nice.
That
I mean-
really sounds great. And to know, I mean, you've got serious game, Meggie. And as I understand, at the Transcendence Theater Company, I mean, there's other folks there who've got the kind of mad skills on stage that you do as well.
We bring in performers from Wicked, Mamma Mia, Hamilton. I mean, you name it. We have just we've been so blessed with all the talent that wants to come out here, and we don't audition like other theater companies do. We interview, and it's based on referral. So that way we get the kind of blend of energy, no egos, no divas, that kind of scenario. So it breeds a very healthy place for people to thrive as artists and inspire community members as well. So that's kind of cool to me.
Shelter shout out. As you know, on this show, we love shelters, and Meggie, we know that you're a fan as well. Who's your shelter shout out?
Well, besides, where we got our doggies, adopted pet, of course, but I love Lisa Vanderpump so much, and Vanderpump Dogs in Los Angeles.
Good choice.
Has to be my shout out because that lady loves animals. I don't want to say more than I do because I don't think that's possible. I want to be her. I want to have that kind of foundation. And I also want to live in a pink home with dogs and swans and ponies. I mean, that's the dream.
There you go.
And peacocks and chickens and horses and cows and rabbits and snakes and lizards and ducks. Sorry.
I don't know if I can have chickens. They kind of scare me. But other than that,
They're trainable. They're a lot of fun, actually.
I believe in you. I bet you could train anything.
I try to train men.
Do you? How's that going for you?
She's succeeded
It's a
on
whole other show.
Yeah. That'll be part 2 of our interview.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maggie, this show is all about gratitude, gifts, blessings. Is there somebody in your life or in the world who you want to extend a gift to?
Besides everyone? Yeah.
Besides everyone, yeah. In addition to.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my family and the fact that we keep in touch every day. It's hard being far away. It's always been hard being far away, but now knowing that I don't have the opportunity to go and see them if I wanted to at the moment, no one wants anybody from California coming into Kansas. You know how it goes. But I'm so grateful that we're all in communication every day and are a strong unit, and that they have our back. And then, of course, I'm thankful for my husband and my 2 fluffy friends. We keep things interesting around here. And sometimes I'm grateful for wigs because it's gone on so long that my roots are that terrible. And I'm going to get notes from my mom on them. She's going to tell me that they didn't look great.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Maggie,
I'll handle her.
On Dog Hugs today from Transcendence Theater Company, bestnighthever.org. Thank you so much for being on Dog Hugs.
Oh my gosh, thank you guys.
Thank you.
That was great.
That was.
Don't you just love her? Her energy is so amazing.
So much energy. Such high energy. I love it.
So talented. Now you see where I get mine from, Robbie. You're always like, Geraldine has so much energy. Well, I'm surrounded by people with a lot of energy too.
Oh, I thought maybe
we feed off of each other.
Robbie, you sometimes
I'm sorry, say that again.
Interesting questions.
Well, Maggie was saying that she takes, I thought I heard she said she takes her dogs when she goes on the road.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if she had like any tricks or hints for people who do travel with their pets.
Oh.
Because I wonder, dogs would think maybe getting nervous in a different hotel and different places. So I wonder if she could share anything with people who travel a lot.
And Maggie is still in the green room. I think she's heard the question. Let's see if we can bring her back on. Hey, Maggie, welcome back.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
Robbie's great question.
I did. Now, besides pepperoni, I would say that a simple soundtrack of light jazz really seems to calm them down. I'm not kidding. I'll be like, Alexa, play smooth jazz. No, which is
So Alexa travels with you as well, then.
Alexa, stop trying to play smooth jazz. That will work out for your furry friends, and also always like a article of clothing that smells like you. They just go right to it, and they feel comfortable.
Nice. And do your dogs like to travel then?
They are honestly very good travel companions. They sit in the back of the car. We took them to a bed and breakfast. They're very fancy, apparently. They've traveled California, but they just sit in the back in their little dog beds. And then when it comes to the place, we just immediately set down something that smells like home, and they're great. I can't complain.
Oh, that's great. That's a good tip.
The only thing that happens is if I leave and I haven't assembled what their safe space is, you'll get a very pitiful howl from Pollyanna. Galinda from Wicked, very high soprano. So you better make sure that everything's intact. Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised.
Thanks for coming back with us, Maggie.
Thanks.
Again.
Thank you, Maggie.
Bye, guys.
Let's go into our shelter shout outs, folks. I'm going to go today again with pet orphans, where we get to do some performing and bringing dogs onto videos. And of course, as you may know, that's where Spider Eye met on one of my film sets with Shelter Dogs. Who you each got?
I'm going straight for Lisa Vanderpump's rescue to give an additional shout out, because she really helped do so much when it came to changing laws in China and rescuing a lot of dogs from China. And, we just had Frankel, the schnauzer that was rescued from the meat trade. in China on recently. So I'm really proud of her for standing up for pets in ways that not anybody else could really afford to do like she did.
Mhm.
She really dove in with both money bags and helped change a lot of the face of animals in other countries, especially China. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, we look forward to having Lisa Vanderpump on the show. Robbie, who you got today?
I'm going to go with our animal shelter out in Albion. I believe it's Paws 14411. Yes, there you go.
Yes.
And they're just a local shelter, and they have been bringing in a lot of dogs from other areas lately because their shelter got cleared out. So they're bringing these other dogs in, and these dogs
Wonderful.
are finding a forever home. So it's very cool what they've been doing during the pandemic.
Beautiful. Blessings, gratitude, gifts. My blessing goes, Geraldine, to your husband, Scott. He's been guiding us to really think strategically about how we're going to grow dog hugs. And I love that. And I'm just so grateful how he has helped you and Chris and the team guide Meowiana.
He is definitely someone to be grateful for, and I know he appreciates that very much. He's just a brilliant human being. He's so much fun, and we're so grateful to have him. Absolutely. I'm grateful to be able to be in the foxhole with him anytime.
Amen. Yeah.
And my gratitude goes out to the Canceler family, especially Mama Canceler, who joined us today, Joan. You know, raising daughters is not easy, especially when one of and two of and three of those daughters are brilliant, and you're taking them to music lessons and dance lessons, and then they have to go to band practice, and then they have Girl Scouts, and I mean, just all that Mama Canceler did to help make all three of her daughters successful. I'm really, and I'm not going to forget Papa Canceler either. So, Mr. and Mrs. Canceler, thank you. My gratitude goes out to you today, and Erin, your daughter Erin, and your daughter Jill. So, thank you so much for all that you do.
Well, Mama Canceler is saying she's not a stalker, just a huge fan.
It's a
Mama
fine
stalker.
line, probably.
What's that, Robbie?
It's a fine line between stalker and huge fan, probably.
That's right.
True that.
Yeah. And hello to Sarah Smith from Saginaw.
Hi,
And
Sarah.
yes, Roy Wise, we are live now for another minute here. Robbie, who you got today?
You know, I'm grateful for family. My sister-in-law was up here at the house with us for the last few days, and it was nice just hanging out with her. We played some games of Scrabble with the three of us. I might have won a game.
Nice.
I think.
You should win Scrabble.
You know, you would think that I would, but
I don't want to play
know.
Scrabble with you.
Puzzles. Tim is mad skills at crosswords, so.
Oh, that's good to
Nice.
know.
I don't want to play Scrabble with you, Robbie. You'll beat me. Although it'd be fun. Let's do it sometime.
That would be fun.
That's right.
We'll play Words with
We'll do
Friends
some
soon.
Zoom Scrabble.
Great. Well, thank you, folks, for joining us again today, and we enjoy being with you every day every weekday at this time on Dog Hugs, and look forward again to seeing you tomorrow. Big hug to all y'all.